What is going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a very effective and efficient way of getting yourself some early cash early on into your hardcore Ironman or your regular Ironman, and how you can use that money to buy yourself runes in the early stages. We are going to be heading firstly to the Shanty Pass so we can get into the desert and we can go and get ourselves to the Agility Pyramid. The only requirements for this moneymaker is that you are going to need a bare minimum of 45 agility, although it does say on the agility guide that you can do the agility pyramid at 30 agility. You will not be able to get to the very top and complete an entire lap with at least 45. Now, the items needed for this are going to be quite simple. You want to take yourself the best desert robes you can possibly take. You're also going to want to have a few hundred GP so you can buy yourself some Shanty passes, and most importantly, water skins 4. All of which can be purchased at the Shanty Pass, as you can see on screen right now. It doesn't cost very much to buy this stuff, but like I said, the most important thing to have is water skins 4, because these are going to stop you getting dehydrated in the desert, which is incredibly important, especially if you're a hardcore Ironman, because you can get stacks out combined with the agility damage you'll take. Now, once you have all these items, take the remaining of your GP, pass through the Shanty, and take the Paul Vinch carpet. Once you've taken the carpet to Paul Vinch, you want to head slightly south and you'll find yourself inside of the only pub in the village where you can actually purchase jugs of wine for just a few GP each, and they heal 11 hit points. Incredibly cheap and very useful in this scenario. Once you've grabbed your jugs of wine, and I would suggest taking a roughly around about 10 along with about 10 water skins 4, walk over to the next carpet ride and get yourself a lift to Narda. Alternatively, if you don't actually have the gold to manage to get yourself to Narda and take 2 carpet rides, which combined is 400 gold, and that isn't including the robes, the water skins, and also the jugs of wine, you can walk it if you wish. Now, once you make it to the entrance of the agility pyramid, as you'll see, you have to climb down some rocks. The requirement to be able to do this is simply 30 agility, and you are now at the agility pyramid. Now, for the sake of those people that haven't ever seen this method before, I'm going to show you guys what a whole lap of the agility pyramid looks like, just so you guys can know exactly what to expect. As the clip in the background plays, I'm going to give you guys a few stats right now so you guys can see exactly what fell rate you're going to be looking at depending on your agility level. Now, like I said, the bare minimum to complete a lap here is 45 agility. However, at 50 agility, you will expect to fail between 4 to 7 obstacles on your way to the top. At 60 agility, you will fail between 2 or 4 obstacles. And once you get to 70 agility, it is then impossible to fail all obstacles on the course other than the jumping gaps. However, once you're 75 agility, you can no longer take damage from this course whatsoever, and you're completely invulnerable to any damage being taken. Therefore, you can collect as many pyramid tops as you like without the fear of falling down and taking extra damage. Now, I wouldn't personally advise doing this moneymaker and even attempting to do the agility pyramid until you're at a bare minimum of 60 agility, but I would actually recommend waiting until you get 70 agility. You're going to fall a lot less, and it also means that you can take as many pyramid tops as you possibly want. On top of that, by 70 agility, you are guaranteed to have yourself full graceful, which if you plan on playing your Ironman, whether it's hardcore or regular, for a long period of time, full graceful is almost an absolute need. Something very important to note if you are under 70 agility doing this moneymaker, each pyramid top, which is at the very top of the pyramid, which is worth 10,000 gold, weighs 11 kilograms. And once you surpass 10 kilos in weight, which you can check in your equipment, you will start to fall down and foul obstacles a lot more. So if you decide to do this course before 70 agility, it's recommended to sell the pyramid tops every 1 to 2 laps and try and make sure that your weight doesn't surpass 10 kilos. However, that does not affect you if you're 70 agility or more. Once you reach the very top of the pyramid, you will see there is a golden pyramid top. You simply climb the rocks up to the pyramid top. Make sure that you have an inventory spot free, which you should do at this point. Finally, complete yourself the lap of the course and then exit through the doorway. If you are under 70 agility, at this point what you want to do is you want to climb back up the ROPS and you want to cash in the pyramid top. Like I said, it does weigh 11 kilos and you simply use it on Simon the Templar at the top and he will trade you 10,000 coins for the pyramid top. Obviously, if your agility is 70 or above, you don't have to worry about how many kilos of weight that you're carrying, and you can simply collect as many pyramid tops as you want. The reason why this moneymaker is such a good moneymaker is because 10,000 coins pure cash at the very beginning of making your Ironman or hardcore Ironman is cash, which is very much needed in the early stages and is very useful to have when it comes to buying yourself runes, armor, or anything along those lines from shops. One last thing to note before we move on from the agility pyramid is the fact that the max damage you can take is 10 damage, but you can also get stacked out at the exact same tick if you are unfortunate with dehydration. So the key things to do in this scenario is just keep an eye on how many doses of water skins that you have left, and make sure you leave the desert before you hit 0 on all water skins. The next part of the video is going to be the very risky part of the video, especially if you are a hardcore Ironman. As you guys know, if you die, whether it is to a monster, dehydration, an agility course, or another player, you are going to lose your hardcore status. The only item that you're going to need to get to the Mage Bank is to either have yourself a knife, a sword, or anything with a slash which can cut a web. So firstly, what you want to do is you want to make your way over to Edgeville, which you can simply walk to from Varrock. And you will see on the minimap just over by the yew trees that there's a teleportation sign, which is a lever. Pull this lever with caution, guys. I would highly advise having your main or having a scout pull the lever first, which doesn't have a hardcore status, to check if the pathing is clear. Now, we're teleporting up until level 50 wilderness plus. You cannot teleport out. All you can do is log out, and if you get attacked up here, unfortunately, because it's such high level wilderness, there are people that are going to have 50 levels on you in combat that will most likely be able to one-hit you. So take all of the precautions that you guys can possibly take when it comes to going to the Mage Bank. It is the most risky part of this video. However, it is necessary for us to get to the Mage Bank if we don't have requirements such as 60 magics where we can purchase runes in bulk from an NPC. Once you're inside of the Mage's Bank, there is not only a bank there is also a guy you can trade to purchase runes, which is the reason we came here. Now, obviously, unless you're an ultimate Ironman and you can't use the bank, you are unfortunately going to have to take all of the cash with you in your inventory and risk that through the wilderness. Once you're inside of the Mage Bank, you can no longer be attacked by people, but do not click that lever or you're going to be back out in the wilderness. Grab your cash out of your bank, or which is already in your inventory, and trade the guy which is there who sells multiple runes. Now, the reason why this is such a good place to come and get your runes is because it sells high tier runes such as lull runes and nature runes in bulk stock with no requirements added on, so you can do this at whatever combat level you're at. Obviously, the main risk factor being the part where you have to get to the Mage Bank, but unless you have 60 mage and you can enter the Mages Guild, this is by far the best way to get your runes early on as a hardcore or a regular Ironman. And if you are playing an Ironman, you will soon figure out that you are going to be at a shortage of runes, especially when it comes to the high tier runes such as lull runes and nature runes, which are both incredibly valuable and useful for an Ironman, and especially when it comes to the early game when you are struggling so hard to acquire these items. Obviously, as a hardcore Ironman, you want to take as little risks as you possibly can because you don't want to lose your hardcore status. So if you are a hardcore Ironman, I would highly suggest staying at the agility pyramid for as long as you possibly can, make multiple trips back from Lumbridge all the way to the agility pyramid, and just stockpile as much cash as you can get your hands on. This will most likely lead to you not having to come back to the Mage's Bank and restocking on runes, which obviously, if that is the case, you are just taking an unnecessary risk to get back here. Now, once you've used the cash to buy the runes that you needed, the best way to leave this place is either to home teleport or just use any teleportation device, whether it's a dueling ring, a teleport to Varrock, a chronicle, anything to get out of here. And if your home teleport is on cooldown, I would highly recommend waiting and just sitting there in game until it comes off cooldown, because you simply don't want to take any more risks running back through the wilderness. And there you have it, guys. That is my method on how to get early cash in game and bulk runes on your Ironman. I know that this method is quite widely known due to people using it a lot when it comes to Deadman mode, but I'm sure there are some people that were unaware of this, and there will also be a lot of new players that come along with old school RuneScape Mobile while, so hopefully this video has helped a couple of you out. As always guys, I will be giving away some free RuneScape membership at the end of every video for this 1 month marathon. If you do want a chance of winning yourself either a bond or free membership, make sure you leave the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and leave a comment with your RuneScape name down below in the comments, and I will select one lucky winner at the end of every single video. And with that being said, I will see you very soon.